Hi. Lately, I've been a lot connected to depression. People around me, friends, and clients as well. Yeah, depression is a huge subject at the moment, I feel. And maybe it started in October, November, when the abundant summer was over and we are forced kind of through the energies of the year to go inwards, and we don't want to. We don't want to accept that sometimes we need to go inwards as well and to reflect, and then it feels like depression to us. Yeah, and this depression, when we don't want to go inwards, when it's time to do this, we try to push it away. And it is still there. It lays in us somewhere. And there are just other layers on top of it. Layers that don't want to feel this depression. And then it is coming up even stronger. Just in moments, or especially in times when it's time to reflect and to go inwards. And then we are confronted to a huge wall of depression, of depressed, the word already says it, depressed things that we don't want to confront, that you don't want to look at, fears. Yeah. And even I, with all those depression around me, felt and invited to connect myself to this depression, to our collective field of depression, of our collective field of hurt, of not being enough, of not being seen, of all those energies are together in a collective field of energy. And everyone who's feeling like this is connected to this field and is feeding this field. And when I connect to this field, I felt all this depression on me. And it feels really not funny. It feels like you don't want to do anything anymore. You don't even want to get up. You don't see any reason anymore to live. You don't see any reason anymore to wash yourself. I don't know, things like this. And I remember I had some depressive times in my life when I was younger, in my youth. And this was when I was as well connected to this field of hurt, all the hurt in our world. And at the moment this field is very strong with all the war that is going on and everything. And it's very easy for us to connect to this field because it's everywhere, it seems to be everywhere. And in my youth I already connected to this field, and I thought about all these people that need my help. And I felt I couldn't help them. I felt like stuck, powerless, because I saw in my mind the people that needed my help the most were far away, and I didn't know how to get there to help them. And then I was like, well, if I cannot help them now, I just stop thinking about them, because how does it help them if I'm depressed about them here in my world? So that's when I came out of this feeling. And I just made a channeling about depression, and I'm going to show it to you as well in the end of this video. And it came through that, yeah, if you are depressive, it is important not only to disconnect from this field of hurt, but as well to give your what you are into this world. And of course it is like this, that if you're a people pleaser and always give everything to people what you think they want from you, you get depressed, very, very depressed even as well, because you're so you take your energy off into the other people, and that's so depressing. But if you give yourself, and this is very important, was what depressive people stop doing. They don't give anything anymore. You need to give your true self, what you are, out into this world and serve others with it. You need to put boundaries to those that just take your energy from you and take and take and take. You set boundaries, and then you give what you are, your true colors, into this world. And those that feel nourished by your colors will be helped and nourished. And those that cannot connect to them, they don't. So it's not up to you to decide, I'm going to put my energy to this special person, and this person just take, and it's not going to help this person. You just go out in your shining colors, and then it helps whoever is there. It supports and it's nourishing, because you are then an inspiration and supporting inspiration. And if you give your energy to someone out of pity, because you feel, oh, this poor person needs my energy, I'm going to give it all. Yeah, it's not only avoiding that the other person can build something up by its own, because it's so dependent on your energy, but as well the person will feel that it's below, that it's less worthy than you, because you are this helper, and the person feels so not worth living, not worth giving. And it's better to support this person to be itself than giving your energy in it. Yeah, I hope it became clear what I meant and the difference. Yeah. Yes, and one more story. In my life, I was confronted to depression, especially because I was because all the people around me, but I was as well fleeing this feeling of depression. When people saw me, they asked me sometimes, some of them, why are you sad? And I always said, I'm not sad at all. I didn't know this feeling of sadness. I didn't want to feel it. I suppressed it. And I was very on this layer of depression or depressed sadness. I was very busy. I put a busy layer, an achieving layer. I was fleeing those feelings. And I was fleeing those feelings to this point that I lost my hair. Not all of it, but I had like points like this, round spots here. This was my body acting against itself, because I had this sadness within me and I didn't want to feel it. And I just put a layer of busyness and achievement on it, and this other layer was down there and I didn't want to feel it, and so it acted against me. It was my body, and my body tried to defend itself against this feeling that was everywhere within me, as I didn't want to feel it. And then my body defended itself so strongly that I lost my hair. Yeah, and it is so important to feel all those feelings. That's why I got back into depression and into sadness, to really feel it, to let it be there. But it is important that we don't lose ourselves in there. It is important to stay beside us with the conscious part of us and to observe ourselves while being in this state of old sadness. And then ask ourselves, what can I do? What do I need? Stay with ourselves and talk to ourselves, and let's say, yes, it's so okay to feel like this now. It's so okay to feel the sadness. And then we come to the point to see what is beyond this sadness and this depression and those feelings of sometimes rage against the unfairness of the world. That there are some people that suppress others and we cannot do anything about this. And yes, if we feel what's beyond this feelings of depression about it, we feel this feeling is not being seen, and not being seen for what we are, with all our feelings of rage and or rages of anger and sadness and all those feelings, happiness as well. Maybe it's just been this feeling of depression, which is very, it doesn't hurt anyone, which has been allowed to be there in our childhood. And maybe it became home. Yes, but if we are on this, we have this, or in my case, I had this busyness, and below this, I had this depression, And this depression was there for the feeling of not being seen, of not being allowed to be who I am, of not being allowed to be a bit strong with my strong feelings. I still have very strong feelings, and I wasn't allowed to live them all. My parents gave the best to let me be myself, but they were just people in their historical time as well. So of course I forgive them. Yeah. And what can we do when we finally feel this feeling of not being seen for who we are? We can give ourselves the feeling of being seen. We can see ourselves. We can stop for a while this wanting to be seen from others and just give ourselves this feeling of being seen, truly seen, and not because we achieve anything. This doesn't mean that I want you to stop achieving anything. I really want you to go out with all your talents and with all your what you are, with all your colors, but from a pure point, from a point where you see yourself and love yourself. And I want this for myself as well. I want to see myself and I want to love myself, and I want to give what I am and what I love and all my colors and all my feelings into this world and inspire like this. And I don't want to give everything I am out into this world from a point where I need to achieve anything, where I need to prove that I'm worthy. So, thank you. I hope this helped you. Yeah, and one thing, I think it's important to, I know if you are depressed and that you cannot do anything anymore. I know you cannot do anything anymore. But it is so good if you have moments of when you can do anything, or if you're not down, that you try to put up a rhythm for yourself, a rhythm of the day, where you clean your bed, you clean yourself, then you do your yoga and meditation, go inwards, do good things for yourself, for your body. Fresh air, movement. And feel your body, go back into your body, sport. And it would be good if this was a sport that brings you to yourself, like yoga, or there are other kinds of sport as well, where you don't have to achieve anything, not a competition sport. It's good to do any sport, of course, but something you do without achievement. Thank you. That's all. Enjoy the channeling and your day. Ciao. What is depression? You're not feeling a reason to live anymore. You're not feeling a reason for this life anymore. You lost completely the connection to the truth. To everything there is and which is truth. You're completely trapped in these constructs which wants you to feel success, unhealthy success, competition, competitive success, reaching goals, which takes you far away from yourself. How does depression feel? Feels like you have no worth at all. You're empty. Feels like you lost everything that is your soul and your worth. But it is still there. You're not seeing it at all. You don't want to interact with other people. Because you feel so unworthy and empty. You feel you don't have anything to give. What can you do against those feelings? Start giving. Start giving of what you truly are and not what others want from you. Start giving yourself into the world. Start shining your truth, your real core into this world. And stop giving what you think others want from you. If you start shining your light into this world, others are so nourished by it. You don't have to prove anything or give anything that is not natural for you. Just be your true self. My cat is making noises in sleep. But I have to do this with this sound. how can you live your true self when you're not feeling it right now? Go into nature. Go and connect with nature. Nature's always so reconnecting everyone with its true nature, because we are nature. And then change your home, change your walls, change your surrounding, change the people you're with, learn something new, go into holidays, see new cultures, eat new food, open for something new. Don't stay in your rigid sight into the world.